Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Coaching Weekly. In today's episode, there are 6 exercises along with information and coaching points that you can use with your teams. If you do enjoy the exercises and drills, make sure to head over to our Facebook page to find more. A link will be in the description below. On to the first session of the week, and this was the structure: football, tennis as the arrival activity, warm-up, and then into the drills and finishing with a small-sided game. The weather wasn't particularly nice on Monday, so we worked on the drills for about 15 minutes and then allowed the players to finish with a good 30-minute small-sided game. Drill 1 was the Y passing drill. This is a great passing exercise that allows players to work on their passing, their body shape and their first touch. As you can see, the coaching points were for the players to work on their movement off the cone or their starting position when they receive the ball, and to continue to practice receiving on the back foot. We wanted the players to bounce off the cone, imagining they are moving away from the defender into a pocket of space to receive the ball. We then wanted the players to receive the ball on the back foot, which would allow them to push the ball in the direction they wanted to play. We then progressed the exercise where the end player and the middle player played a 1-2 to add a little bit of combination play, which would add that little bit of extra communication throughout the exercise. Drill 2 was a 3+3 versus 3 or 6v3 possession game. 2 teams of 3 keep possession against 1 team of 3 who are trying to win possession, and when they do win possession, they try to score in one of the 2 smaller goals. Like you can see, the coaching point for the players keeping possession of the ball was to try and play penetrating passes through the opposition team. The team trying to win possession were pressing the players very, very well, and what we wanted was for the players who were trying to keep possession of the ball to keep the ball by playing small combination passes and then looking for a longer pass through the pressing team to switch the ball to the other side of the area. Reflecting back, there was a number of really good penetrative passes that occurred, but sometimes the players tried to force that penetrative pass, which ultimately gave possession away to the pressing team, which they were able to then score in one of the small nets. The second coaching point was for the pressing team. What we wanted from the pressing team was for them to be aware of where they were positioned, where the opposition were positioned, where the small nets were positioned. So when they did win the ball back, the first thought was to transition quickly from defence to attack and put the ball in one of the small goals. Again, just like the penetrative passes, transitioning from defence to attack worked incredibly well. The pressing players worked together to win the ball and then attack quickly, either through individual skill by turning and scoring, or by playing little combination passes with their teammates to open that space and create a good goal scoring opportunity. We then moved into small-sided games. The coaching points were not to force the ball forward, look for penetrative passes and then transition quickly. We did not want the players to force the ball forward. What we wanted was for our players to keep the ball, feel comfortable and confident with the ball at their feet, and not to play unnecessary passes. This links into the second coaching point of penetrative passes. We wanted the players to keep the ball until the time was right. Could they keep possession and beat the opposition press by playing good, positive, penetrating passes to teammates, beating the opposition press with one pass and starting attacks, which then links into the player receiving the ball being on the half turn with the body open, taking the ball on the back foot in a little pocket of space. The next coaching point of transitions was for the defending team. We wanted the team that didn't have the ball to press the opposition really high, and when they gained possession to just head straight to goal if possible. If a quick transition was not on, then they had to revert back to coaching point 1, which was not to force the ball forward but to keep it until the time was right. The second session of the week looked like this. We changed the arrival activity to a crossbar and header challenge. The players were at the edge of the box. They had to try and chip the ball, try to get the ball to bounce off the crossbar and come back to them, and then head the ball into the net. This was a really fun exercise, but only one player was able to do it out of the entire squad. We then got the players into a dribbling warm-up and then into the 2 main drills, finishing with small-sided games. The dribbling warm-up was simple: take lots of touches on the dribble across the grid, and that was the only coaching point, to take as many touches as possible to get the players used to the ball at their feet. If you are going to do this drill, there's lots of variations of it. You can make the players only use their right foot, only use their left foot, taking lots and lots of touches, or how quickly can they get from one side of the grid to the other. Drill 1 was a 3v3 end-to-end possession game that was then progressed into a small-sided game focusing on penetrative passes and movement off the ball. Penetrating passes are great in this possession exercise as it allows the team with the ball to keep it and to move from end player to end player, gaining points as they go along. The coaching point of movement off the ball links in with penetrating passes, as we are looking for players to make runs around the back of the opposition so the player on the ball can make a pass through the opposing team and into the path of the runner. The possession game was then progressed into a small-sided game. To score a goal, the team with the ball had to make a pass into the score zone for a teammate who can only score with a one-touch finish. Again, this links nicely to the coaching points. We wanted players to make sure that they were making runs into the score zone and penetrative passes through the opposition into the path of the runner so they can score with that one-touch finish rule. Drill 2 was a dribbling race that moved into a 2v2 exercise. The players had to dribble up the side of the area, quickly turn, then dribble into the middle past the cone, and then finish with a pass into a small goal. The first player to pass the ball into the net gets a point for their team. First team to 11 points wins. The coaching points were simple. Dribble at speed, so the players needed to decide were they going to dribble by taking lots of touches or run with the ball taking less touches, and when they're going to pass the ball into the net, pass with accuracy. There was pressure for these players as they were in a competitive race and they didn't want to lose, and they were trying to get a point for their team. We spoke about playing under pressure and how it is important to stay calm and composed under pressure but still be able to deliver good quality on the pitch. The exercise then progressed into a 2v2 practice with a late running attacker and a recovering defender. The coaching points then changed for this exercise. We were looking for a movement off the ball and a little bit of creativity. Movement off the ball for the attackers is key in this exercise. What movements can they make that can help move the attack forward or allow the attacker with the ball to score the goal? Because there is a recovering defender, there is an opportunity for the attackers to have a 2v1, and movement off the ball can make this overload count in the attacker's favour. We also wanted the players to be creative in this practice. Being confident and comfortable with the ball at their feet is so important and something that all coaches should promote to their players. We wanted to try and get an attacker lined up in a 1v1 against a defender and to take them on, beat them and assist or score a goal. Players will not always win their 1v1 battles, but it's important that they continue to practice these and learn from their mistakes so they are used to them in important matches. We then finished with small side games, continuing to focus on movement off the ball and transitioning from attack to defence or defence to attack quickly. Reflecting back, the transitions were very good, but our movement off the ball is something that we need to continue to work on in the next few sessions. I guess that's the point of coaching, taking an area that the players need improving on and working on this until the players are able to do it without thinking about the action itself. So that is it for episode 5 of Coaching Weekly. If you have enjoyed, make sure to give the video a like and share these drills and ideas with fellow coaches who might want to use them themselves. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and connect with us on Facebook for more football drills and information. Thank you.